Hello everyone and welcome back to the UConn Huskies Dynasty. The Huskies are 1-0 to kick off season number 5 and currently ranked 7th in the nation, but still behind Oklahoma State. The Huskies will start conference play this week against the Arizona Wildcats, and this is a team that maybe isn't as good as it once was, sitting at only an 82 overall with only an 81 overall offense. The main playmaker for them being the junior halfback Rico Balducci. We'll take a quick look at the recruiting board before we get started. We're in the lead currently on Kareem Ursua, who I think is our top target this season in terms of recruiting. Maryland did steal a couple players from us last season, including Zach Nestrowitz, a 5-star halfback, and they're trying to get another 5-star halfback from us in Kareem Ursua. We're currently in second on the 5-star gem corner Christine Poljan, and we've taken over first place for the tight end Larry Vitali. In fact, it looks like we're in first on a lot of these battles at the moment, but we are behind Syracuse for Daryl Skaggs. And it's looking like it's going to be a battle for another halfback, and that's 4-star gem Matt Griggs. But generally speaking, recruiting is going very well to start, and that seems to typically be the case for us. We get off to a hot start and then sort of fall off in the middle to end part of the season. But if we can get our top guys like Ursua, like Poljan, I'll be happy. By the way, it doesn't say it's a team need, but probably a little bit later in the year, I am going to be looking for linebackers, because we have a number of juniors, like D'Angelo Townsend was originally a linebacker. He's a junior. Joey Terrell's a junior. Gerard Byler, who is now a safety, is a junior. Addison Biggs is a junior. We have a lot of juniors that are going to be graduating next season. It would be nice to get guys into this coming season, be able to redshirt them while we still have those seniors, and then hopefully they'll be capable of performing in their redshirt freshman season. So a little bit later, we'll probably pursue some linebackers as well. It's the home opener for the UConn Huskies facing off against the Arizona Wildcats. UConn, one of the top dogs in the Big 12 these days, looking to prove that here today in the first conference matchup of the season. Arizona, maybe not the team they once were. Let's see if UConn can get a dominant victory. So last week was all about the emergence of number 23 here in the backfield, Shaq McBath. Ran for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. This time it's play action to him, though. And we're trying to go over the middle, nearly intercepted. Saw Tobin break open too late there. Tried to force it to him anyway. It was a bad choice. 2nd and 10 from the 25, and McBath will get his first carry of the day. Pushed forward for 5 yards. On 3rd and 5 from the 30, Welliver back to pass. And he wants Angler, who's open with some room to run nearly to the 50, down at the 49. There's a reason we start Marcus Angler, and it's because he's the fastest tight end on the team. He just outruns linebackers most of the time. Dalton Schmizniak going to get the jet touch pass here. Not much to work with. Does get 3 yards. 2nd and 7 from the 48. Welliver hands off McBath, and what was that blocking from the O-line? They just let that man straight through. It looks like Franks was meant to help Manny Smith, but then misses his block at the second level, just lets the linebacker through immediately. So a 3rd and 8 now for UConn. Back to passes Welliver. He wants McBath. He misses the mark. And on a 4th and 8 from about midfield, we're going to have to punt it away. So out comes the Arizona offense. They are led by scrambler quarterback sophomore Jamie Masifalo. Their number 1 weapon, though, is Rico Balducci, the junior halfback, up to an 87 overall. They also have Marcus Fouts and Josh Hack. A really good running back room here for the Wildcats. At wide receiver, it's Billy Robisky is the number 1 guy, Daryl Capra the number 2, then they have Sal LeClaire and Manu Cummings, and at tight end, it's Ben Costanzo and Dylan Tapley. So let's see if UConn can contend with this offense, an offense I would argue that is worse than Minnesota's. This is going to be Manu Cummings on the jet touch pass, lots of open space to work with, brought down by Santos at the 38. It's immediately a big pickup for Arizona. 1st and 10 at the 38 after the big play. As Masifalo will throw on the RPO. That is caught by Daryl Capra, and it brings up a 2nd down and 5. Masifalo out of the shotgun. Balducci to his right. I kind of expect a run play here, and that's indeed what it is. Corin Daly there immediately, but couldn't make the tackle and allows the 1st down instead of getting a TFL. Bad look there for Corin Daly, who's very solid in game number 1. And coming over in motion, it is a jet touch pass again. It's Cummings once again. and he'll get 7. 2nd down and 3 out of the pistol now is Arizona. Fake to Balducci, and down goes Masifalo. It's A.J. Hepburn out of the slot, replacing Cam Chadwick this year. Cam Chadwick known to get a sack or two in his time in a UConn uniform. A.J. Hepburn picking up where he left off. That makes it a 3rd down and long for Arizona. D'Angelo Townsend jumped, but they don't call it. Masifalo with time to throw, gonna step up to scramble, but slides down, running into George Kiki in the middle, and they'll punt it away. And an incredible punt from Arizona has pinned us at our own 3. So Max Cadet, the power back in the game, gonna get a good carry to start. Get us a little bit safer up to the 7. Now on a 2nd and 6, send Cadet in motion, and then it's a screenplay for him, but Montgomery doesn't pick up his block, and it's 3rd and 6. Welliver got to be careful here on 3rd down. It is an empty set, so we're of course going to the air, but he's on his goal line. He's going to throw quickly, hit as he throws. It's Terry Overhauser on the reception and gets the 1st. So now officially to safety. 1st and 10 from the 16. Welliver's out of the shotgun. Cadet still the back in the game, and no block picked up. That's a yard. Looking like it might be tough to run the ball on this defense. Remains to be seen. We want Schmizniak over the middle. He kind of bumped into Angler a bit, and now it's a 3rd and 9. Welliver once again hit as he throws, taking some punishment today from this defense. Offensive line kind of struggling a bit here. And he wants Angler. He's hit as he throws again. There were 4 guys in the backfield, and down goes Welliver, avoiding the sack, but we have to punt it anyway. Man, this O-line is something else. Dexter Ort getting beat on a spin move badly, replacing Russ Ehlers, and I mean, that's the man who got there first, but Manny Smith didn't do a great job either. Hines was a bit better, did ultimately let his guy through, but definitely left Welliver enough time. Seems like Blake Franks, the left guard, is the only guy we can rely on this season consistently. We got to do something about this right guard position, and I don't know what it is. So here's what I've decided to do. I'm putting Russ Ehlers at center. With Torian Johnson, a tackle that we had for a while, who graduated last season, he was a terrible finesse blocker. This was known about him. He was a bad pass finesse blocker. He was a bad run block finesse blocker. But he was an incredible center because he had really, really good pass block power and run block power. So I'm thinking that we can avoid Ehlers' shortcomings by moving him over to center. And then I'm moving Wayne Rourke over to right guard because he's a lot more balanced of a player. Still 0-0, but Arizona certainly winning the field position battle. 1st and 10. Masifalo will bring a man in motion, and it's another jet for Cummings, but this time Corin Daly not going to miss a TFL. Gets him to lose 3. 2nd and 13 for Masifalo now. And he will actually look to throw this time. No jet, but it's Rico Balducci on the reception, and it's Joey Terrell bringing him down. So a pretty significant 3rd down here. 3rd and 3 from the 41. A 1st down puts them in field goal range. They might be just out of it right now. It is going to be a 1st down as this one is completed. By the way, it is noteworthy that we were seeing a decent bit of wear and tear on Cole Welliver before punting the ball away. We'll see how he looks when we come back that way. This one incomplete. Joey Terrell down the field making a play. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Balducci in the backfield with Masifalo, but Masifalo will look to throw. Scrambling out to the left side. Could have run, but decides to throw. Had a man in the middle who beat the zone, but misses the throw, and now it's 3rd and 10. A significant miss for the quarterback. Definitely a little inexperienced, only a sophomore, of course. Corin Daly in the backfield, runs him into Adonis Keough, and they combine for a sack. 4th and 16 coming up for Arizona, and that will likely bring us to the 2nd quarter. And apparently they don't have much faith in their kicker as the punt team is out once again, despite their field positioning. And oh my God, their punter is insane. That is the 2nd time in a row he's pinned us at the 3. And it limits our offense a lot, that's for sure. Can't really throw the ball from this position as Welliver wear and tear is back to normal, so he's all good to go. Cadet will get the carry, and there's really not much room. 2nd down and 8 from the 5. Welliver to pass, and he wants Tobin, who makes the grab. A quick throw from Welliver. That brings us to a 3rd and inches from the 13. Shaq McBath in the backfield. It's a direct snap to Shaq McBath, and he'll get the 1st. 9 minutes left in the half. 1st and 10. McBath to get the carry, bounces this back to the middle and gets a big pickup of about 13 yards. On 1st and 10 from the 30, Welliver will look to throw again, and he wants Tobin, but it's a bad throw and incomplete. Jump forward to play. It's 3rd and 8 for UConn. From the 32, Welliver back to pass. Big blitz on its way. Free blitzer, but he gets it off to Angler, who makes the diving play. First down, Huskies. Angler always seems to be good for those diving catches when we need them. 1st and 10 from the 43, as this will be a handoff to McBath, and it goes nowhere. A pickup of a yard. That was an RPO. We were looking for Schmizniak, but he was well covered. And now it's going to be a running back screen. Try to get it to McBath, and we do. He's got Blake Franks down the field blocking, and it's a big pickup for the senior halfback. To the enemy 43, Max Cadet checks back in. 1st and 10. And it's going to be Cadet on the carry, and if only that block was held a second longer. It does seem like we've maybe found a winning formula with this offensive line setup, though. Ehlers seems to be better in the middle, and Rourke better to the right side of him. So we'll look to throw here, and we'll get this to Dan Sanders. Big blitz coming off the left side for Arizona, but the quick passing play works out and gets us inside the 30. So 1st and 10 from the 24. We go underneath to Dalton Schmizniak, who gets 4 yards, gets us to the red zone. Now it's a 3rd down and 6, looking for the first points of the day. Tevin Madu has found his way into the game. And on this play, we're actually going to go to Tevin Madu, as he's there to pick up the first down. That is the first catch in the career of the young Tevin Madu, redshirt freshman this season. Likely won't see the field a ton, but has a lot of potential. Welliver back to pass, and couldn't find anything he liked. Takes a sack. 2nd and 14 at the 17. 2nd and long. Welliver looks to throw, and trying to throw one in there quickly for Angler, but nothing doing. It's 3rd and 14. But we'll try one last time. 3rd and 14. Back to throw with Welliver. He wants Dalton Schmizniak. End zone touchdown on the comeback route. Good patience from Cole Welliver. Elite route running from Dalton Schmizniak. And he gets his 2nd touchdown grab on the season. And UConn will take their lead late here in the 2nd quarter. The pass blocking actually held up very well this time. It was a great pocket. And that's all you need to give Cole Welliver. You give him time, he's going to find his man. 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Lots of time for Arizona to try to tie this football game up. Down 7-0 now. Fake handoff to Balducci, and a throw over the middle, and Byler can't intercept it. He'll want that one back. Gets the deflection, though. Empty set on 2nd down for Masifalo. Brings a man in motion. It is Balducci, and he will get the carry here. Good blocking. Makes a cut to make Lovelace miss, and Robert Butts brings him down, but not until after he has the first. From the 26, 2:20 left to play, a man coming over in motion, and it's another jet touch pass for Cummings and nowhere to go. Brings us to the 2-minute timeout. Still have all 3 timeouts for Arizona on 2nd down and 9, man in motion on the left side. Time to throw, and then a check down throw. A big hit laid by Joey Terrell, 5 yards. Empty set as they go to the hurry up. Masifalo, 3rd and 5. Running out of time to throw. Corin Daly's in the backfield. Excuse me, that's Clyde Novak. Johnny McNulty found his way into the game, and Clyde Novak is the one who gets the sack this time, playing where Corin Daly normally would, and it works out for him. 4th and 14 after the sack. The sophomore transfer, Clyde Novak, making an impact. There's still time on the clock for UConn to potentially get down the field and score here. We'll take the deep out for Dalton Schmizniak, but well played by the corner. 1.5 left to play in the first half. Welliver back to pass, trying to buy time. Wants Dorian Tobin. It's a step overthrown from Welliver. Was under some pressure from a blitzing defensive back, but normally you'll see Welliver make those throws. Back to pass here again, and he wants Marcus Angler, nearly intercepted, and a quick 3 and out for the UConn Huskies. So we still left 1:16 for Arizona. So what can Masifalo and this offense do before the half? He's back to throw, and throwing left side, broken tackle, an arm tackle attempt from Robert Butts. They use one of their timeouts after that. 1st and 10 from their own 37, 1:10 left to play. Masifalo throws quickly underneath, just taking a chunk play, 8 yards there. 1 minute left to play, 2nd and 2. And Masifalo does look to throw again. No pressure, finds his man who gets his way out of bounds. That's a very late hit from Santos. Surprised that's not a penalty. So that stops the clock, 52 seconds left. And apparently they don't trust their kicker all too much. So we got to get pretty close for them to be in field goal range. Cummings, though, gets a huge pickup here, and I got to imagine they're in field goal range now. First down and 10 at the UConn 28, 46 seconds. He got out of bounds, so the clock stops again. And Masifalo up the seam, nearly caught. That was a tight throw. Second and 10 after that, 43 seconds left. And Masifalo to throw, has plenty of time, takes the check down over the middle to his tight end. And Clyde Novak will exit with an injury for UConn. And that burns one of our timeouts, helping Arizona. 38 seconds as Calvin Whitaker checks into the game, trying to make an immediate impact. Wide receiver screen, down he goes. It's 4th and 1, and they are now going to attempt the field goal. They'll call a timeout with just a few seconds left on the clock, try to make this 7-3 as we head to the half. So they didn't trust their kicker from deep ranges, like 50-ish yards, but this one only about 36 yards. It's up, and it is veering left, but stays inside that upright. It is good, so no wonder they don't trust their kicker. Seems like he's maybe not the most accurate in the world. 7-3 is the score as we head to half. Not a good showing from the UConn offense so far. The defense has been great as expected, and the offense kind of struggling to find its identity. But as we usually do, we are dominating time of possession. Negative 11 rushing yards on the day, by the way, for Arizona. A horrible kick return sees Arizona starting at their own 9. Back to throw, and a quick throw from Masifalo finds Balducci, and he breaks away, getting past the 20 and up to the 23. This Arizona team runs a lot of strange formations, a lot of strange plays we're not used to seeing. First and 10, a fake to Balducci, and then a throw over the middle. Joey Terrell not fast enough to keep up with the tight end, Ben Costanzo. It's another big pickup as they're moving right along to start this new drive. From the 43, Balducci will get a carry, has some running room, Gerard Byler and Jamie Santos there to bring him down, but it's another first. That is only the second rushing attempt on the day, by the way, for Balducci. This is a team that loves to throw the football. Balducci, though, gets another carry, has more incredible blocking, and another first down pickup. Something about this defense and second halves does not mesh. I don't know what it is. First and 10 as they look to throw. Quick throw dropped as finally some luck turning our way. On second and 10, they change the formation. Now in the pistol, Balducci behind and to throw over the middle. And this time it's A.J. Hepburn that can't keep up, and it's a touchdown for the Wildcats. Manu Cummings into the end zone. Bad coverage by A.J. Hepburn that time. Cummings just far too fast, and unfortunately Hepburn not able to keep up, not the fastest guy on the field, and Arizona will take a lead here in the third. First and 10, UConn now down by 3, as this is going to be a handoff to Shaq McBath, and really not much there. So on second and 7, we'll try again, and Welliver to throw wants Tobin, who goes down at the 38. That makes it a third down and 2 from the 38. Handoff, McBath has some running room, but there's a flag down. I think it's on Blake Franks. No, it's on Marcus Angler, a holding penalty on the tight end. And instead of the first, it's going to be third and long. Shooting ourselves in the foot again. Third and 10 from the 31. Back to pass with Welliver. Stepping up, has room to run over here. Gets a block from McBath, going to slide down early. Don't want to risk anything. But a first down carry for Cole Welliver. We did have McBath open. We had Dorian Tobin a bit as well, but didn't want to risk those throws on a third down when we had all that space. Figured the first down was for the best as McBath gets the carry. Big running lane here and spin move as he gets up to the 40 of Arizona. So first and 10 from the 40 as this one goes Dalton Schmizniak's way on the RPO. Pickup of 3. You get a second and 7 from the 36. And McBath gets the carry, but doesn't get the blocking he needs. It's a third and 7. Third and 7 from the 37. Welliver back to throw. And he wants McBath, but he's hit as he throws. And it falls incomplete. And on fourth and 7, we're going to attempt a 54-yarder for Costanzo to tie. I believe this would be the career long for Zach Costanzo. Kick on its way. It's accurate. Does it have the leg? It does. And it's good for Zach Costanzo, the senior kicker. And that ties this football game up. Much needed from Costanzo. So a very, very poor showing for the defense on the last drive. Let's see if they can improve on that. Another wide receiver screen set up, and the blocking is incredible once again. Balducci is actually the one making the grab. I guess that makes it a running back screen. They telegraph it, but we just can't stop it. 1st and 10 from the 32 for Arizona. Handoff Balducci. Blocking is incredible. Again, Johnny McNulty can't chase him down. It's Raheem Lovelace who ends up doing so. 46 yards on only 4 attempts for Rico Balducci. 1st and 10 from the 44, and it's another handoff Balducci, but this time Joey Terrell is in the backfield. A loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the 42. 2:40 left to play in the third. As this one complete, Santos is there, can't force it out, and it's a first down pickup for Capra. From the 45 of UConn, 1st and 10 Arizona. It's a fake Balducci and then a throw down the field. Robert Butts breaks it up though. Great play there from Butts. 2nd and 10 from the 45. Cifalo brings Cummings in motion. And it's a fake jet and then a handoff. Balducci need a tackle from Robert Butts, and we get it. Big third down here. Would keep them out of field goal range if we can get the stop. Cifalo throws and just has a man wide open over the middle. Free first down pickup for Arizona once again. This defense really not showing up well here in the second half. Nearing the end of the third quarter. Cifalo will throw on the wide receiver screen, over pursued by Santos. Hepburn brings him down after a pickup of 5. I believe this formation is called the wishbone. 2nd and 5 from the 25, and it's a handoff to one of the halfbacks. That is Marcus Fouts. 3rd and 5 as we officially enter the fourth quarter. Cifalo will actually hand it off, delayed to Balducci. A huge lane opens up, and he's inside the 10, down at the 6. We can do no right against this offense right now. Nothing we try works. Cifalo will hand it off. Balducci, great blocking, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And here in the fourth quarter, they will take a touchdown lead over UConn. Perhaps we underestimated this football team, as this offense is difficult to stop. 10 minutes left to play, and UConn down a score. Best we can do on this drive is tie it up. That's what we're going to try to do, as McBath only gets 2 yards. On 2nd and 8, Welliver's back to throw. Blitz on its way. I saw Tobin open. There was just no time. Dorian Tobin was wide open on his way down the field, but nothing we could do. Just no time to throw. So Welliver's back to pass again. And he steps up, wanted Tobin again. The coverage was too good, went to Schmizniak, and there's just no time for this guy to throw. Forced to punt it away. So now we just need the defense to get a stop, and I don't know if I trust them to right now. Nothing they're doing works. That one, though, is forced out by George Kiki. On 2nd and 10, this one is a throw, and it is completed to Capra. So a big 3rd down and 2 here for Arizona. Need the stop from the Huskies. Balducci bounces this to the outside. There is a flag down. We may be saved by a holding call. Big breakaway run from Rico Balducci. The blocking very good all the time, maybe a little bit too good this time. 3rd and 10 now after the holding penalty. Cifalo to throw, takes the check down, and we're right there. George Kiki makes the stop, and we'll get another chance on offense. 8 minutes left to play. Need a touchdown for UConn. Do not want to give Arizona the ball back again, as McBath gets a decent carry here for 7. On 2nd and 3, Welliver to throw. And he has Dorian Tobin. Not a lot of room to work with after the catch, but gets to the 38. From the UConn 38, it's 1st and 10, and McBath gets the carry and only gets 4. And now it's 2nd and 6, and Welliver back to throw. Blitz picked up, but not for long enough. Down goes Cole Welliver. I was looking for Tobin on this play. I should have just taken angler right here, but I got to my angler read too late. And unfortunately, Blake Franks just puts his hands up and decides that blocking this guy actually not for the best. He's literally saying, whoa, I don't want to touch him. That's crazy. So now it's a 3rd and 16. Welliver back to pass. He runs out of time again. You can't make it up. This offensive line is something else. So now we'll have to punt it away and just hope, I guess, the defense gets another stop. The offensive line is single-handedly losing us this game. I feel like the defense is doing enough You're like, maybe it hasn't been elite, but it's enough for sure. This one incomplete, just a touch overthrown. Empty set for Masifalo. Arizona looking like they might be on their way to a victory. This one a quick check down. Need a tackle here from Byler, and we get it. 3rd and 1. Huge 3rd down here. Need the stop on 3rd and 1. Somebody make a play. Masifalo hands off. Balducci, and we're in the backfield, and we do get the stop. A number of UConn defenders get there. 4th and 3, and we give the offense another chance. 4 minutes, and we need a score. 1st and 10 from the 22. Welliver hands off Shaq McBath. Burst of speed through a small lane. How is that only 2 yards? Are we serious? 2nd and 8. Might have to just switch to a short passing game. We look to throw here, and we want Dan Sanders, and it's really not going to get very much. 3 minutes left to play. It's 3rd and 6, and Welliver to throw. Running back screen, but McBath gets caught. 4th and 6. Man, this Arizona defense is cooking us. We've got to ask the defense for yet another stop, and I don't know how many they can get. 3 minutes left to play. 1st and 10. Fake to Balducci. It's a throw left side that is played horribly by Robert Butts, and kiss the wind goodbye. Touchdown, Arizona. I have never seen a screen be played worse by a safety in my life, and Arizona will take a bigger lead with a touchdown, extending it to 2 possessions. Billy Robisky is the one who gets it done, and I can't believe Robert Butts. He literally put himself in the way of the blocker. That's insane. Like, I understand that the blocker is there to be a pick player, but where is Robert going? He's putting himself on the outside. He's making sure that there is a blocker between him and the player he's defending. Just lets him past. That is ridiculous. 1st and 10, need a miracle from the Huskies. From the 19, Welliver is back to pass, and he's throwing it downfield for Tobin. Nearly intercepted. Not a great throw from Welliver. On 2nd and 10 from the 19, Welliver back to pass again, and he's got Tobin. He underthrows it. That is crazy from Welliver. We just weren't meant to win this game, I guess. I've never... Did he get hit? He doesn't underthrow hardly ever. That was definitely not out of his range at all. He underthrew it, and it's intercepted. And Arizona's going to win this football game. This feels like one of those games where Heisman difficulty just kicked in. I also did see Dalton Schmizniak, by the way, but I saw that Tobin was one-on-one. I'm like, this is a free touchdown, basically. That was my whole thought process. We have seen Welliver make a deeper throw than this. This is not even remotely the deepest throw Welliver has ever made. He's got the strongest arm for all the quarterbacks. This is underthrown by like a good couple of steps to Tobin, who is just open for a touchdown. I don't know. It was in the blue. The pressure, I mean, is starting to get there, but he had plenty of time to throw. I don't think pressure would have affected this. Super underthrown. I never would have expected that to be underthrown. Got to make some changes. This offense is terrible, and it's mostly because of the offensive line, but we also just don't really have the weapons we need. McBath had a great game week 1, but clearly this is a much better Arizona defense. Game over. 24-10 is the final. Just a depressing showing from this UConn offense. I think that the overalls are truly bugged. I've seen enough at this point. Like, these are teams that I think are just as good as us, and the game is just saying that they have bad overalls. Like, that offense is basically the same offense as ours, if not even slightly better. They have a better running back. They've got roughly an equivalent quarterback. They've got roughly an equivalent wide receiver room. And somehow our offense is designated as an 86, but theirs is only an 81. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how the overalls are calculated, but a bad loss for UConn against a team that I thought we were a lot better than. It's obviously pretty clear that we weren't. And this gives me not a lot of hope heading into Alabama next week. Welliver has maybe his worst game as the Huskies starter. 46% completion percentage, 15 of 32, 130 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. I am baffled by that underthrow. It's so rare from Welliver to have an underthrow. Rushing the ball, we were bad. Cadet didn't even average 3 per carry on his 4 attempts. McBath was a bit better with 4 per carry. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but we were playing from behind for quite a bit of the second half, so we went to a lot more throwing. In the receiving game, it's just a bunch of low yardage because we had to go to the quick game a lot. Tobin, super quiet, 3 for 28. Schmizniak, 4 for 27, and the 1 touchdown we had on the day. Tevin Madu got to play. That was kind of cool. It was Manny Smith, our left tackle, that allowed 2 sacks today. So maybe we do need to swap back to what we were doing last year. We had Jack Hines on the left last season and Manny Smith on the right last season. I feel like that worked pretty well. I was pretty happy with the offensive line last season in like the second half of the year when we really kind of found our form with Torian Johnson moving to center. So I think we'll swap that back. I think Wayne Rourke will move permanently to right guard and Ehlers will probably move permanently to center. The only guy I feel good about right now is Blake Franks. Defensively, Jamie Santos led the team in total tackles with 9. Hepburn, Townsend, Terrell, and Daly all with 2 TFLs. Novak and Hepburn with a sack. Keogh and Daly combined for a sack. No interceptions on the day. And you know what? I'm not seeing Raheem Lovelace. There he is. He only had 5 total tackles on the day. A really kind of down day for Lovelace. Not a single TFL either. A bad loss for UConn, but we're usually good for about one of those a year. We had a really bad one against Cincinnati a year ago, so we should be able to turn it around. We struggle in the early parts of the season to kind of find the identity of the team, and then once we settle down, we usually will go on a win streak. That has kind of been the formula these past couple of seasons. Hopefully it's more of the same, but I don't know, man. That is the most I think I've seen the offensive line struggle against a team that is really not that great on paper. So we'll advance to week number 3, which is the week that we play Alabama, who on paper is one of the best teams in college football, if not the best. And we have dropped to rank number 18 after the loss. And I gotta imagine that Arizona has probably broken their way into the top 25. No, actually they haven't. Unless I missed them. No, they're not here, and they're also not receiving votes, despite beating us ranked 7th at the time. I know I just mentioned I don't trust the overalls anymore, but here is Alabama. They are an 89 overall this season. So a really, really good football team. Maybe the best that we have played, but like I said, I don't know if I trust the overalls. Maybe they're terrible and the game just gives them an 89 because their name is Alabama. But it's always going to be tough on the road versus an SEC opponent. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and for the continued support. I'll try to figure out this offensive line situation. I feel like that's the big thing that's missing right now, is that the O-line just cannot get it together. And I do think it's odd that Welliver is time and time again kind of missing these throws that normally it seems like he would make, and he made a lot of the time last season. But if you haven't done so already, there is a link in the description to join the community Discord. We're typically chatting about UConn related stuff in there. And consider becoming a channel member by hitting the join button down below. You can join for as low as $1 per month, and it does help me out a lot. But if you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me, and I will see you guys in the next episode where UConn heads to Alabama to face off against one of the college football titans.